Hi everyone, thank you for watching Double A Beauty. I am Annalicia, and in today's video, I am going to do a first impression demo of the new Jaclyn Hill Morphe collaboration, the Master Collection brush set. And also as a bonus, I'm going to do a first impression / demo of the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette. So if you want to see how I got this look and see what I think of the brushes, then keep watching. First, I'm going to start with the demo, and then at the end, I'm going to show you swatches and side-by-side comparisons of some similar shadows. I already did my brows because that is the only thing that doesn't come in the brush set is a brow brush. I also already primed my eyes, but I'm going to do it again so you can see it using the JH43. I'm going to take my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I just put a little bit on the brush. Then I use this angle to carve out the brow like so, and then I brush it downwards. Now let's get into the eyeshadow. This is the Gingerbread Spice palette. I'm going to open this up and start with powdered sugar. I'm going to take the JH33 and that powdered sugar color, and I'm just going to set that highlight underneath the brow bone, underneath the brow, and dust it into the inner corner. There is a little bit of fallout in the pan when you touch your brush into it, but it's not super crazy. It seems pretty normal. Next, I'm going to use a transition color for the upper and lower crease, and I'm going to take the shade Looky at My Cookie, this one right here, and I'm going to use a big fluffy brush. This one is the JH30. And then I'm just going to use windshield wiper motions to apply that mostly to the upper part of the crease and into the center of the crease. JH35. And I'm going to go into Spice is Nice. It's that really pretty reddish orange. Kind of shake it off a little. Ooh, this is a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be. This looks like a burnt orange, and on my eye it looks bright orange, so I'm a little surprised by this shade. Cut in the crease here with this brush, and it's really easy to do with this JH35 to really get into that crease because of how flat it is. It lets you really just get into the middle without it getting on the lower lid or the upper crease. So that's pretty cool. This is the JH41, and it's just a flat brush. And I'm going to take the pink, the hot pink color Gumdrop, and I'm going to pack that on the lid. Using this particular brush in this particular shade, there is a lot more kick up onto the pan than the other shades. This shadow is breaking up a little bit more, so instead of patting it, I'm brushing it like that. There is so much fallout with this shade. You can see it's on my under eye now. On the other side, I'm going to try some concealer and see if that helps. So I'm going to try that and see if that helps the shadow to look a little bit better, because that is really patchy. I'm done trying to pack that on the lid. It is what it is. We're moving on. So now I'm going to take this brush, which is the JH37, and I'm going to take that Gumdrop shade and just try to blend it out into the crease, into the lower crease, to try to get rid of that patchiness that's right there. Let's try this one, the JH36. I'm gonna go in with Gingerbread, and I'm going to use this in the outer crease, using a swirling motion going outwards like this. I'm gonna go with JH31 for the darker shade in the outer crease. And I'm going to use Figgy Pudding. Ooh, a lot of fallout with this one. I mean, it kicked up a lot of dust in the pan. So now I'm just gonna kind of cut the outer V with this. That's a really pretty shade and it's blending really well. That color is beautiful. It's not turning muddy. It's staying true to its like purpley tones. Now moving on to the face, I'm going to use the Cover FX Natural Finish Foundation, and my color is N40. So this is the JH03 brush, and I believe this is what you would use for foundation. I think you could use this for a variety of things. So I think it's cool that she didn't put like foundation brush or whatever, because you can be versatile. It's kind of like an artist's kit, so you can be your own artist, do your own thing. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, just gonna put it on and kind of dot it everywhere. Kind of buff it in. And to be honest with you, I never use foundation brushes. I always use a sponge. So I'm already not liking this, but I think I would like this better for like blending out contour, or I don't know, I'm just not a fan of foundation brushes. So I mean, it's fine, but it's like, I still see all my redness here. Okay, so I went ahead and finished my foundation using my sponge, but the camera cut off. I wasn't aware that it turned off, so it missed that part, but I just blended in my foundation with the sponge, and I'm gonna take a little bit of this contour stick from Benefit. It's called Hula. I'm just gonna brush it onto the brush. And again, this number is JH08. That's what it looks like. And I'm just gonna carve out the cheek right here. See how that looks so nice and blended. And I'm gonna go under the jaw. So this brush works perfectly for that. I actually really love this for blending out contour. The J10, and stamp that. Okay, that just went way too wide. So it's really hard to know where to position this brush to get the nice thin line that I want. So that did not work. So the JH39 is what I would use to carve out the nose, because it's small enough to make the lines more on top of the nose and like thinner, closer together. And I'm gonna set the under eye. And then I'm going to carve out the contour like Jaclyn does. Now I'm going to take my favorite Dermablend powder. This is the Intense Powder Camo in Natural 25 Neutral. And I'm going to take this powder brush. So this powder brush is very big, very fluffy, very soft. So I really do like this powder brush. Very nice. I'm going to dust off this under eye powder. I'm going to use this brush. It is the JH07. I'm going to take the Anastasia banana powder and dust that under the eye. Next, I'm going to go in with this brush, and already, I don't know if you can tell, but there's some hair sticking up out of it, kind of crazy. So I'm going to pull that one, I'm going to pull that one, that one. Okay. And I am absolutely loving this brush for contour. Look at that line, like bam, like so perfect. This is the JH05. So this has been one of my favorite brushes I've used so far. So I'm going to use the JH02 brush to bronze and kind of blend out the contour. And I'm going to use my Benefit Hula. And this is perfect. This is the kind of brush I love to use for bronzer, and it's perfect. It's, like I said, it's not too scratchy, but it's not too soft either to where it doesn't do a good job of actually getting the product on the face. So then I'm going to use that brush again that I used before, the JH10 brush, and I'm going to go into this Emphasize Face Powder from MAC, and I'm going to use that to go down the center of the nose. I feel like it's crooked, but it's hard to get it like right in the center where I want it. So again, I would probably go in with something like this pencil brush, which is the JH38. I think this would work better for that because I can get more in the very center of my nose as opposed to wobbling on one side or the other. I have not used the JH42. I'm gonna go in with Frostbite. It is very, very crumbly. It doesn't really show up, so you have to really pack it on, and you can see how it started to fall. So this shadow is, I don't know what to think about this shadow. It's just a crumbly mess. So, not really digging that at all. So I'm gonna spray my brush and then place that into the center of the eye. In the inner corner of the eye. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm so tired. And that actually looks really pretty. I'm gonna have to go in on the bottom with some shades. So I'm gonna start with Gingerbread. Gonna pack that on to this pointy brush, the J40 brush. And just really dust that along the bottom of my eye. That worked perfectly. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of the gumdrop as well. And kind of mix those two together. I did my eyeliner and lashes, and for that I used the Too Faced liner. I don't know what it's called because it scratched off. And I used the Kiss number 11 lashes. I used a white liner on the lower waterline, and I used the Lorac white liner for that. So moving on to finish the rest of the face, I'm going to do blush, and for that I'm going to use the Rockateur blush from Benefit. I'm going to use this brush for that. It is the JH06. This is a very, very soft, very, very long brush, so it's kind of flimsy. And this is a very soft blush as well, so it's not really applying as much product as I would like it to. So I'm gonna go in with this one. It is the JH04. So this is not my favorite brush either. I'm not a big fan of these angled brushes. I'm just not. So this is my favorite brush. I will look it up on the Target website and post it down below, the name of this brush. This is the very last brush that I have not used yet. I've used every single brush, and this one is the JH09. I'm gonna dust my brush with the highlight, and I'm going to spray my brush. I don't feel like it's blending it out very nicely. I feel like this is a lot harder and more scratchy than my other brush. Like I can see a line right here, and that's not cool. So I'm gonna blend that out with my finger. No big deal. So this is the M510, and it is a lot fluffier, as you can tell. And this one feels a lot softer. So I think that this one is gonna stay, this one's gonna go. But the good thing about this brush set is you don't have to buy all of them. You could buy them individually, or you could just get the face set or just get the eye set. So this pink eye look calls for a cool tone lipstick, and this is really one of the only cool tone colors that I have in my collection. So this is Queen Bee, the liquid melted matte lipstick from Too Faced. So that is the final look. I hope you enjoyed watching. Now for my thoughts on the brushes. So as far as the case goes, mine works. I love it. I think it's beautiful, and nothing else to say about that. So as far as the brush set as a whole, I think it is really good quality for the price, and for as many brushes as you get, you really can't beat it. I am not disappointed out of all the brushes. I don't really care for all of them, but I do have some favorites, and I'm going to go over those with you right now. JH39 is a synthetic pencil type brush. I absolutely love this brush. It has multiple uses. Another eye brush that I absolutely love was the JH31. I used this for the purple color in the outer corner, and I think it is so soft that it just blended the shadow so perfectly. The next one is the JH35. I use this for the center crease. This would be perfect for a cut crease. This is perfect just for getting in that center without blowing it out and blending it too much. Next is the JH43, and it's so soft that it actually blends out the color really, really well. The JH30, this is my favorite brush. It is the biggest of the fluffy blendy brushes. It's just perfect for blending out and blowing out the edges of your shadow to really have that smoky gradient effect. Last but not least, this brush is perfection for contour. I absolutely love it. It's my new favorite contour brush. These two were my least favorite. This brush I thought I was gonna love for the nose, but I hate it. You know, I guess I'll use it for that, to use underneath the eye for eyeshadow, but like I just really didn't care for this brush. And then these two blendy brushes were fine, but they're just so pointy. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it. Maybe for the outer corner, I don't know. I'm just not a pointy brush person, so didn't really care for these. So that's the brushes. I give it 2 thumbs up. I like the brushes. I mean, I didn't like every single one of them, but I mean, whatever. For the price, it was a good deal. Last but not least, we're gonna go into swatches of the Gingerbread palette. The comment that I got the most about the Gingerbread palette is that it looks like the chocolate gold palette. So I'm going to show you those side by side. So this is the Gingerbread palette. And this is the one from the chocolate bar palette next to it. So they do look very similar. They're both shimmery brown tones. However, the one from the Gingerbread palette has a lot more reddish orangey tones to it. The Gingerbread palette, the chocolate gold, and the one from the chocolate gold is more yellow. Although in the viewfinder, they look the same. So the pink from the Gingerbread palette actually has more red to it, and this is more cool tone pink. And this one's also matte, this one's shimmery. This is the Gingerbread palette. This one is like an iridescent metallic, and the chocolate gold is just a flat metallic. This one is the chocolate gold palette. And this one is the Gingerbread palette. So you can see those are two totally different greens. And you can see they have different undertones. The one from the Gingerbread palette is very light, and the one from the chocolate gold is a little bit darker, more gray toned. Let's do one more. I'm gonna do the Gingerbread palette. Looks more plummy toned, like it could have a little bit of maroon in there. And the chocolate gold is just straight up purple purple. The Gingerbread is a very warm tone palette, when the chocolate gold has more cool tone shades in it. When the Gingerbread came out, it was just way too cute to pass up. I was so excited about this spice, but to me it doesn't smell like gingerbread spice. It smells like vanilla, and that's totally fine. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button if you liked it, and share it with your friends if you did. As always, I will put as much information about everything I talked about today in the description box down below. I also have music available for purchase on iTunes, so I will put a link for that down below as well if you're interested. And if you have any other questions or comments or requests, please let me know in the comment section down below, or you can also connect with me on any of my social media, which is Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at AA Beauty. I will put the link for that down below as well, so you can click and go directly to any of those platforms. Thank you again so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and as always, don't forget that you are loved, you are beautiful, and don't ever let anyone tell you any different. See you next time. Bye.